Hi, I'm Jerod Morris, and I am the Chief Creative Thinker at Thinker's Notebook. And one of my favorite parts about my role is how much I get to interact with our customers, the people who have actually bought the Thinker's Notebook, who are using it to become better thinkers. And one of the questions that I get asked the most, and it's a perfectly fair question, is how do I use the notebook? And the simple answer, kind of the quick answer is we want you to use the notebook however you use it. However the Thinker's Notebook fits into the way that you think and the way that you take notes, we want you to feel free to use it in that way because it was designed to be versatile. But the deeper answer, and I think the better answer, is that there is a method to using the Thinker's Notebook that will help make you a better thinker, that will help you get more out of your best ideas. And so that's why I wanted to take this time to make this video to explain that, that method to you, and explain some of the thoughts and ideas that went into the way that we designed the notebook. Because the reality is this notebook was designed extremely intentionally. It's, if you look at it, this is a unique looking notebook. It's got the disc binding, it's got the pages here, the personal whiteboard space with the dot grid, line paper here. This is different than other notebooks you're going to see, and I think that's the genesis of where some of these questions come from, is people see it and they think that there's probably a way that they should use it. And yeah, there's a way that we do want to use it. And so, let's talk about that. Why did we design it this way? And I think the biggest concept to talk about first is just the way that we think. Our thoughts are in our head and they're concepts and they're jumbled up and they're swirling around there. And what we wanted to do with the Thinker's Notebook is give you a place, a personal whiteboard space, to get those thoughts out there and start exploring them and see what happens. Because you never quite know. You may start exploring an idea and it doesn't really go anywhere. And hey, that's great, you got it out, you explored it. But other ideas, they do really go somewhere. And that initial process of getting it down and writing it down, using this personal whiteboard space here to sketch it out, or to create a Venn diagram, or to create 4 quadrants and see what goes here and what goes there. It gives you the freedom to let that idea be explored in a way that's organic to the idea, so that you can give that idea the best chance of becoming whatever it's going to be. That's what we wanted the Thinker's Notebook to do. Okay, and so when you do that first, you use this page here with the dot grid, the personal whiteboard space, and then the idea is explored, and now maybe you want to get into the specifics. So you start with the concepts, you get into the specifics. That's why the next page is lined, so that you can take some notes. Again, you can start turning that into specifics, whether it's to-do items or next steps or details, whatever that is. So you start with the concept, you go to the details. Now, you might have seen that as I turned that page, the page started to come out, okay? Why is that? Well, this is why we decided to bind this with disc binding. In addition to looking beautiful, which it does, and looking very stylish, there is a very specific function that we wanted this notebook to have. Because once you've explored your idea and you've got something that you think, hey, this is really ready to go to the next step. Because again, some of them may not, and that's the great part about this Thinker's Notebook, is it is just a place for your ideas. Some of them won't go places, others will though. And what is that next step when that idea is ready to be taken to the next step? Well, you want to share it with somebody. And so the reason why we created the disc binding is so that you can easily share the page without tearing the page. You take the page out and you can hand it to somebody. Think about this, an email is a dime a dozen. Sending a tweet, anybody can do that. Millions and millions and millions of them go out all the time. And is that a way to share an idea? Yeah, but there's no real investment on your part or kind of obligation or responsibility on the other person's part. But how about if you hand somebody a piece of paper? Think about it in reverse. If someone hands you a piece of paper with an idea that they've been working on, that they're excited about, that they want your ideas about, what are you going to do with that piece of paper? You're going to take care of it. This is a physical piece of paper. And hey, fortunately, if that person that you share it with has the Thinker's Notebook, they can take it and put it right there in their notebook for safekeeping, and for thinking about it, and for adding to it. And in addition to that, in addition to being able to share the page physically, being able to take it out, share it physically, the Thinker's Notebook comes with an app. And this is where the sharing and the collaboration goes next level. Yes, obviously the app can be used to capture an image of your notes and to archive your notes so that you can pull it up anytime you want from any place. Extremely convenient. extremely quick, extremely secure. But what takes the Thinkers app and the entire method behind this notebook and this smart notebook system to the next level is with this app now, you can share that idea with someone else. Because frankly, as powerful as it is to share a piece of paper with somebody, we know this is a virtual world now. Sometimes we're working with people halfway across the world and we can't always hand them a piece of paper, but we still want to share the idea with them. Well, you can send them that image and they can literally comment right on the image. That's the power of this app. That's the power of the Thinkers Notebook system and the way that this was designed. With intention to help you get your ideas out of your head, to take them from just kind of fuzzy concepts into fully fleshed out ideas that you can then do something with, that can then go out into the real world and become something real. And, and I just want to show you some examples. I mean, you can take a look here. This is the personal whiteboard space. This is the page with the dot grid. And now, I'm going to level with you on something here, okay? I did not draw these, all right? I am not necessarily someone who typically thinks in pictures, although it's something that I'm working on, because it is such a powerful way to think differently and to really explore those ideas and help us see things in different ways. That, one of the ways that I'm using the Thinker's Notebook is to improve as a thinker and to start doing that. These are examples from someone who is much more artistically inclined than me, because we wanted you to see what that can look like. And you can see these beautiful drawings here. This is a drawing of the Taj Mahal and some different things that they want to do with it. These are designs here for what an office might look like. So you can see how they have the desk there, and this is what a bedroom might look like with the bed. And you can see how this can be used for these visual designs. As you keep flipping through here, I showed you that picture of the Taj Mahal. Now here's a picture here is a page with the Taj Mahal with St. Basil's, and now they've used the line pages to take the drawing and the concepts that they were illustrating and turning it more into specifics, into details, into to-do list items. And also, just as a side note, you notice how this page is, 4 or 5 pages from the other one? Again, I can take this out and I can now rearrange this. Because the truth is, we are not always linear with our thoughts and our ideas. We may be thinking about something today and we want to jot it down and we want to use our Thinker's Notebook page, and maybe it sits there, and then maybe the next day we have a different idea, and a week later we come back to this. But we've used 4 or 5 different pages already. If we're going to keep this notebook, now our ideas are separated by several pages. Well, that's the great thing with the Thinker's Notebook, is the Thinker's Notebook works with you and it understands how you think. And so I can take that page and I can come back over here and I can take it and put it right where it belongs, which is right next to this Taj Mahal page. This notebook lives and breathes with you. That was the goal. With intention. Take the concepts in your head, put them here in the notebook, and allow you to do more with your best ideas. So, if you have had that question of how do I use that notebook? Again, my first question back to you is, how does it work best for you? But if you want to really become a better thinker, if you want to use this notebook to the maximum of its ability, then take advantage of that personal whiteboard space. Use that. Challenge yourself to think visually, to explore your ideas visually. Then use the line paper to think more in words, to add the details, to turn it into to-do items. Get the ideas out of your head, explore the concepts, and then figure out what the next step is. And if it's sharing it, share the page, share the image. Either way, this Thinker's Notebook is going to help you get the ideas out of here, onto here, and out into the world. That's what we want you to do with it.